I've read about that. There was this little fellow who was in a coma. His mum played all his favourite music and his footy team taped messages for him.
Did it work?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you're a big help, Lurch. You know, I was sure I was getting through to her up there.
It's worth a try.
You bet it is, Lise.
We could get Mrs. Morris to give the tape to her. I reckon she'd do it. She's done things for you before.
Yeah, she's all right for a screw. All right, you lot, we've got to give this some serious thought. No soppy stuff. We've got to give Laurie a few laughs. Laughter's the best medicine, right?
Right! All right, everybody outside. Cell search immediately.
Oh.
There's not much of her there. That's the general response to initial therapy. We might see something in a few days.
Well, she seems calm enough. No need for the high security ward, surely.
That's where she's been assigned.
But she's catatonic. I mean,
She's a murderer, Doctor. When you've been here as long as I have, you won't take risks.
Do you think we've got any chance of bringing her back?
Well, maybe. Could take years.
I wish Mr. Pringle had come back. Tell that old Craven to stop it. Vicky! Spider! The door's stuck. Let me out. Help! Help! Craven's locked me in! Help! Can you hear someone yelling, Vicky? No? It's me, Lou! Governor Craven's got a big bull roar and he's coming to get his vet. Coming to get me! Well, stop fooling around, Mo, and come out of there! Can't you hear him? It's his ghost! He's gonna kill me!
You can't hear nothing, Mo. Now open this door.
I can't. He's in there! Help! Cat! Cat!
Well, what have we here, Maxwell? Perhaps you'd care to explain this.
That's not mine.
Oh, your locker and your pyjamas, if I'm not mistaken.
But I didn't put it there.
No, of course not. One of your duties as a trustee is to stock the officer's staff room with morning and afternoon tea, right?
Yeah, I just did it, Mrs. Slattery, just before.
Yeah, well, today we had to go without. Now we know why.
This is stupid. Why would I do that and get caught so easily?
I'm sure the governor will ask the same question.
Good, you can take me to see her right now.
The governor's busy. She'll get my report along with the evidence. Meanwhile, you'll have to do without the pyjamas.
Miss Ferguson will see me.
The governor will see you when she's read my report and decided on your punishment, not before.
Now, I know many of you believe that Mrs. Pringle and I were wrong when we went against the governor's orders and took Connors to visit Wilkinson in the infirmary. You believe that we were on the side of the prisoners, something we've been trained never to do.
But ask yourself why the governor gave that order. We were only trying to help. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing I'd say.
Mrs. Pringle and I were only practicing a little humanity. After all, Wilkinson had never given any of us much trouble.
Oh, no? She just murdered Governor Craven.
As I was saying, Wilkinson had never given any of us much trouble. Still, perhaps we were wrong in not conferring with the governor first.
But she wouldn't have let us.
All I am asking you, does one infringement of the rules warrant our being transferred? I mean, effectively demoted, when that infringement was on the grounds of humanity? I mean, as for Mr. Jackson here, he hasn't even been given a reason for his transfer. This week, Morris, Pringle and Jackson. Next week...
Mr. Adams has just made his getaway. Straight to the governor's office, you can bet on that.
Well, that should give us about 5 minutes. Now, governors do make mistakes, like the rest of us. They can be prejudiced, and they can be replaced. Now, I am asking you for strike action until these transfers are rescinded and Joan Ferguson is replaced as governor of this prison. Yes, I understand that. But we've got to stop work and show the minister we will not be pushed into these ridiculous working conditions. It's time the reforms that Mrs. Reynolds was trying to implement were put into practice for all our benefits.
I say we take a vote now. All those in favour, raise your...
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. But before you take a vote, perhaps a few facts should be taken into consideration. Any objections? No doubt concern has been expressed over Wilkinson. So let me set the record straight. She was in no condition to remain here. We cannot treat psychiatric patients. She needed specialised treatment. Treatment she could only get in a hospital where her condition can be monitored and treated properly. I was not about to risk having you deal with Wilkinson. She had already killed an officer, and we had no guarantee that she would not kill again in her present state.
Now, that's rubbish. Craven threatened and bullied her
Wilkinson told you this, did she? There's been absolutely no justification found as to why she killed Mr. Craven.
And you gave her no chance to tell us?
The woman was comatose. She couldn't say anything.
Yes, but everybody knows that familiar surroundings can sometimes snap them out of it.
I don't profess to be a doctor, Mr. Jackson. That's why I sought professional help.
You refused her friends to visit her and maybe help her.
Or maybe kill them. I'm not allowing any further risks to be taken by you or the women. Your safety is my first priority. My reasons for transferring Wilkinson were twofold: to get her help and to prevent any further accidents. Now, for those of you contemplating a stop-work meeting over that decision, let me point out to you that a strike means that the women will be locked in their cells until all matters are resolved. Is that what you want? To punish the women further? Well, you were about to take a vote. Let's have it. Those in favour of striking, raise your hand. Right. I believe we're being paid to work. Let's get on with it.
Electro what?
Electroconvulsive therapy. They'll probably zap a few thousand volts through her brain and then sit back and see what happens.
Bastards. I get a mean enough kick out of me Harley.
But they can't do that. What about her rights?
Oh, what right?
I'm going to get her out of that place if I have to carry her myself.
Talk about easy. Screws are in some kind of meeting.
Ferguson's probably gloating over the transfer.
And breaking out the baseball bats.
Well, Slattery's not in on it. She got the stuff out of Maxwell's cell. She's done for
Hey!
sure.
Stage one in the bag.
So far, so good, eh?
Yep, and better to come.
Hey, does this thing record as well?
Of course it does.
Yeah, well, show me how and we'll all say a big hello. Pity we didn't have any photos to send with it.
What about that modelling stuff Laurie was so tanked up about? You still got some of those shots?
Sure.
Yeah, well, that'll fire up a few good memories.
Yeah, I'll get them later. Okay, you press this one and you press this one together. Got it?
This one and this one.
Right.
Right.
Now I'll go and keep Nick and you record the messages.
Right.
Well, it looks like everything's coming together pretty well. Now, stage two for Maxwell. Any of you hotshots any good at picking pockets?
Depends on what you're after.
I need a book of passes.
You need a good lie down and you'll get one in the pound.
Only if we're caught. Come on, a pocket's a pocket. They're only screws.
Something about this size you're after, isn't
Hey, that's terrific. Nobody gets their hands past Lurch's size without her noticing. All right, you two got the job.
So what do you want with the passes anyway?
How would you explain it if they found them on you?
Oh, with difficulty.
Right. And I can't see Maxwell not copping a charge when they find them on her.
Oh, but I could think of 100 other ways to use those passes. But getting Maxwell's best, okay.
Oh, g'day there, Mr. Adams. We were wondering where you'd got to. What was the meeting about?
None of your business.
Oh, I guess that means you didn't get the deputy governor.
That's enough out of you, Connors, unless you want to charge.
Sorry.
Oh, Mr. Adams, I'm busting to go, and there hasn't been anyone
on
around
your
for
collar,
ages.
Mr. Adams. So who is the deputy governor? Miss Ferguson made up her mind?
Told you, Connors, it's none of your business. Will you leave that alone?
Oh, Lally, take a jiff.
Well, we need to know who we're dealing with.
Yeah, Miss Ferguson always told us when she got the job.
Oh, you'll find out in due course, Jenkins. We'll see if you're still laughing then.